Hi and welcome to Excel data entering form. So let me show you guys how this works. If I click on add or add record, this is what you guys will see. All of this information that I've just added in here should be displayed right underneath here, right there. Can you see that, guys? Okay, and we can also reset the whole system or delete whatever we want. Let's say we want to delete. Let's look for something to delete. Assuming I want to delete this now. Okay, I can just click on delete and that's it. If you look in here, that is gone. See that? So let's say I want to delete this. Okay, there. And there is gone. So I can reset. To reset, all I need to do is click on reset and enter new data in there. Let's say we want to enter the following reference and the name of this. Let's say the name is Peter, or let's say Pete South, and address of South is number 5 Hilltop Road. Cut it short and say London. We should. Yeah, why not? Right. So that is the address there and the postcode. Let's say DD and telephone number. There we go. Date. Let's say this. And proof of ID, student ID. Member type is an annual member as well, and fee paid. There we go. So all we just need to do is to add that very record. If you look in here now, before I add, take a good look at this. Click and there we go. Come right down. There. That's Pete South details there. Okay, so we also have exit. If I click on exit, I can exit or do whatever I like. Okay, the other thing about this Excel data entering form is all of this information that we enter on this form itself can be directly stored onto the Excel workbook itself. So if I click on this now, right, so we will see, let's come in here, see that information. Okay, that's 14 journey. So let's assume I click on it again. Look at that. You see that is officially stored onto the Excel spreadsheet itself. So let's come back to the form itself and we can delete some of those XX record as well. So just select and just delete this. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Excel development environment and we put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Hi and welcome to Excel data entering form. I'm going to start by clicking on the developer tool right here, but if you don't have the developer tool or if you are new to developing a system using Excel, what I will advise you to do is to get your developer tool. You go to File, then you select Options, and once you're on Options, you need to click on the Customize ribbon right here, and once that is enabled, you see the developer tool, you must make sure that is checked. It must be checked. Once it's checked, you then click on OK. But if you can't find the developer tool, all you need to do is maybe go to Popular Commands and there you should be able to see your developer tool here. Just click and add to this customize ribbon area and then click on OK. There, and you should be able to see your developer menu up there. Then click on developer menu. Now you want to select Visual Basic, or you can always click on Alt F11 as you can see here. Alt F11. So click on Visual Basic. Once you click on Visual Basic, you then need to select Insert and UserForm. Click on UserForm. Now your form will appear, or now that your form appears, the next thing you want to do is depend on the size that you want your form to be. In my case, I want the height of my form to be approximately 700, and the width I'll make that maybe 1030. Then just click on Enter. There, that is it, done. Now the next thing that you will need is as follows. I need some frames. So click on your form and the toolbox will appear. If the toolbox is not there, that is your toolbox there. Click on your toolbox. I will now select frame. Click on the frame, just drag it that much. If you want to be specific, you can always take care of your design, know the length of your frame and so on. So supposing my frame, the top frame, let's make that approximately 54, and the width I'm going to make that 996 right there. So that is that taken care of. The next one I would like to take care of would be another frame. I might as well just click, hold my control and copy this there. So this very one that I've just copied, I'm going to make the size, the width, let's go for the height. Let's change the height to 234. Okay, now let's come down here. I'm going to copy this again because I need another one. Copy, drag, drop it right there. Okay, in the case of this one, let's change the, I'm going to change the height of that one to approximately 180. So I have 3 frames there on my system. There, that's it, all done. Now those 3 components on my system, I'm going to change their color. So select them individually. The first two will be of the same color, so you can go to back color right there and select that. I'm going to go to palette, and I think I'm going to settle for this background color. Now this very one on top, change the back color as well, palette, and maybe I will settle for something green, just like that. Now for the very one right on top, I'm now going to add a label. Click, paste a label there, and this very label I'm going to enter in there Excel data entry form. Okay, I have Excel data entry form in there, but I do need to customize the size. So let's go to form or fonts. Click on font, and in there make that bold. Maybe let's go for maybe 48. That might be too much. I'm going to see if I can reduce it to 44. Right, I still need to kind of like open it up so that you guys can see it. Okay, that looks fine. All right, now the next thing I want to do is to change the font color. So I'm going to come into where we have fonts or 4 color here, click on that, and let's change the color to that. That is sorted. Now I need more labels here, and these very labels, let's change the size of that very label to bold 16. I will copy that across, and I also need a text box. That is text box there. Click, paste a text box there. Let's change the font of that to bold 16 as well. Right, and the size of this very text box, let's come into height Let's change the height to 30 and the width. I'm going to change that to 330 as well. Right, so I can now copy it across. So grab both and let's position them properly. Okay, just like that. So I will now hold on to the control and just copy. Hold on to the control, copy again, and one more time. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be for my address, the last one. But let me copy all of these so that I can just copy and paste more. Let's see, copy the right thing. Yeah, copy and drag. That is it. Now this very one, drag it right down. Okay, the size of that very one, maybe I should leave it like that for now. And this one, I'm going to need about 6 of these here, so I need 2 more. So let's copy one and just drag. No, hold on to the control, undo that. Okay, let's move this one first so that we have enough room. Let's do the same thing here and the same thing, and select it all. Click and drag. That is it. All is ready now. So all I just need to do now is to start changing the name. So the label name, let's come in here. Let's look for the caption for the label in there. The caption for the label will be reference number. There, that's the label 1. It's known as reference number, and the other one here is going to be, change the caption of this very one to first surname, and this, let's change this to, that's first name, and this one will be surname. This will be address, just like that. And I'm going to just speed it all up and get back to you guys. Okay guys, this is how my system looks like. But the background, let me click on the background, change the color of that background. I'm going to make that black so that it will look more pronounced, as you can see now. That is it. Okay, if I click and run, this is what you guys will see. You see that, you see how beautiful it is, but nothing is happening. I've also added buttons, nothing is happening. So the whole idea is whatever data I enter in here, I would like it to be displayed on my workbook here, or worksheet, whatever it's called. Right, so that is done, and each of these components, as you can see, I've given them all a name. All right, they all have a name, but there's one important thing left for us to do. Let's go to File and save this first. Save. Okay, I'm going to save it right inside my data entry form there. So we give it a name. Let's just say data underscore entry underscore form. Okay, but instead of using this Excel save type, I'm going to change that to Excel macro enable workbook. So select that, there we go, and click on save. There, that's that done. So the next thing we want to do now is, let's scroll right down. Let me start with exit. Double click on the exit button, and I'm going to declare as follows. Let's say dim, I exit as VB message box. VB message box result. Now I'm going to press enter. Then let's say variable I exit equals message box. Okay, I'm now going to enter as follows. So all I'm just going to say is confirm if you want to exit. That's it. That's the question I'm asking the end user. Now, comma, let's say VB question and plus VB yes no. Those are the method I'm going to use, comma, and I'm going to call these, so let's give it a name, data entry form. Close that, get rid of this there, and let's just close that as well. Now, if the selection made by end user, so if I exit equals VB yes, then all we need to say is unload me and end your if statement. And if that is it, done. Okay, so if I come in here now, let's try this out. So what's happening is, you can always write just unload me, but supposing the end user end up making a mistake, this is just giving them an option to check or just to confirm if they really truly want to exit the system. So if I click on exit, confirm if you want to exit. Oh no, I made a mistake. Confirm if you want to exit. Yes. See how it works. So the next thing I like to do is, let me take care of these. Okay, these other three. So let's exit out of the system. Now maybe we should take care of reset first. Double click on reset. In the case of reset, instead of saying text box name, or let's just group all of the text box together. So this one is called txt reference. So if I double click and paste that one in there, .text, we can always use this method, but that is kind of like, that would be too long for all the component that I have in there. Look, it works there. Well, I don't want to do that. I'm going to exit out. So what I want to do is to use a for loop. Okay, get rid of that because they all have txt as their conventional name. So I'm going to say dim I control, okay, as controls, as control there. So that's my variable for every single text box controls there. So now I will use a for loop. Let's say for each I control in me dot control, in me dot controls, if I control dot name like txt, I'm going to put a star there. If I control dot name like txt, then I would like you to do this. Just clear anything we have in there. So we can say I control equals VB non strings. Okay, and just press enter, and that'll be all. Just say next. There, that's it. Have a good look at those lines of codes. Okay, if I run it now, let's enter whatever in there. Click on reset. There we go, all gone. Go back to exit and exit. Okay, the next thing for us to do is, let's take care of this add record before I take care of the delete. So double click on that. In the case of add record, I'm going to declare the following: dim worksheet, WKS stand for worksheet, as work. It's not going to be workbook. I'm going to choose worksheet right there. Then let's say dim add, I would say add new as range. Then the next thing is set worksheet equals sheet 1 there. So the variable WKS is now class as sheet 1, and right here, let's move this down. That's my sheet 1 there. Okay, I believe you guys can see sheet 1 right here. Okay, so that's now variable WKS. All right, let's continue. Now the next thing I'd like to do is to set add new equals sheet workbook dot range. Okay, open up the range. I believe I might be wrong, because the range, as far as I know, it was meant to be approximately 65,356. It might be more than that now. I would say dot, and that will be the end of the workbook itself up to the top. Okay, dot, let's offset it, open a bracket 1, 0 there. Now what I'm trying to achieve is whatever data enter inside this text box, when I click on add, I want them to be added straight onto my workbook here, or worksheet. That's what I'm trying to achieve now. So back to my code. Now let's say add new. So let's add the names dot offset for each components. So the first one is going to occupy column 0, row 0, dot value, and what's the value that goes inside? That will be equals to txt reference dot text. So that's the very first one, and that the txt reference dot text, that is it right there. The next one is going to be name, first name, surname, address, and so on. So I'm just going to copy that across and change the names around. Copy, I have about 10 or 12, something like that. Let's see, how many do I have? 4, 10. So I have 8 there, and I need 2 more. Okay, so I will then change these numbers. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, guys. And now let's change the names. So this one will become first name, this becomes surname, and we have address here. Okay, then we have postcode, followed by telephone, then date registered, and this one will be proof of ID, member type, member fees, there. that is it, all done. Now the other thing I like to achieve is I would like every single data that is entered in here, I like it displayed on this very list box. This is a list box there, you can see it, list box. Okay, but before I will continue, what I want to do is try this out and see if it's going to display on my list box, sorry, on my workbook. So, but first of all, let's enter the following headings. The next one is going to be first name, surname, address, postcode. Okay, so I've finished with the title, so I'm going to go back to my Visual Basic or VBA. So let's come in here now, let's run it and see what those lines of codes will do. And let's say we enter that, and the name is Paul Owen, and the address, let's say 15 Daily Way. Okay, and the postcode, let's just make up something there, telephone number, dates, let's enter today's date, okay, that's today's date. Proof of ID, let's say pilot, pilot license. Member type is going to be annual, fee paid 145 there. Okay, so the next thing is, let me move this aside. You see all of the data that I've just entered, so I'm going to move this aside and let's click on this add record. You see that, guys? Look, you see, that is nice. Okay, but guess what, I also want those information to appear on this list box. So I'm going to exit. Oh, first of all, let's see, try out the reset again. Yeah, that's fine. So let's exit and take care of the delete and this as well. So I'm going to take care of this first, then before we take care of the delete. Alright, let's go back into add record. Double click on add record. Right underneath here, let's call our list box lstDisplay dot columns. That will be column count, this very one. Okay, equals 10 because I have 10 data in total. Okay, then say display lstDisplay right underneath there dot role source equals, I'm going to ask it to count from, let's say, B1 up to J3, no, J 6,000, 65,000 plus. Paste that there. Right, and that's all there is to it. Okay, let's run that and see what's going to happen. Enter some data in here, let's say that, and the name this time around is Johnny Goodman. Address of Goodman, number 3, Kingsland. close. Right, and postcode, whatever, telephone number, date of Goodman, that's the date, and let's say Goodman is a student. Okay, student ID, and here annual, and fee pay is that. So let's add Goodman's details onto our spreadsheet here. Let's see that and make sure the data also appears here. Click. Yeah, you see that, guys? That's the main thing. All of the information are displayed here. If I click on Johnny Goodman again, there, you see I now have Johnny Goodman twice, so I should be able to just select and delete. So that's what I need to achieve now. Okay, so close that and come right down here, double click on delete, and right there inside delete, right here inside delete, I will now enter the following. First of all, declare a variable. I'll call that I as integer, and use a for loop for I equals 0 to the range, and in this case my range starts from A. Let's enter a quote, A to 65,000 plus, close that, dot till the end, xlUp, close that, dot roll -1. Now let's say if display dot select or selected I, then I want the following to happen. So roll I dot select and selection dot delete, and if and next I. Right, okay, that's it. Let's get this indented so that we can understand what's going on here. Into just indent, or this one should be rows. It looks a bit rough. Right, that's much better. Okay, have a good look at those lines of code, then we'll try it out. That is for the delete, and this very one is for exit. Okay, that's for exit, and this one as well. Okay, so let's run it now. Try it out. Okay, enter some data in here, and the name, let's say Miriam Holy, Miriam Holloway. Address, let's say Johnny Highway. All right, postcode and telephone number. Date 15, then Miriam pilot license, member type. Okay, she is a monthly paying member. And how much is that? Let's say that's about 45. No, let's say 25. Right. All we then need to do is, let's come in here so that we can see everything. Okay, move this so that you see the details of Miriam Hollywell. Click, look at that, guys. There, that is fine. So now to try out the delete button, so I'm going to select, maybe select Johnny and just click. There we go. You see one Johnny is left now. Okay, there, and we can just delete all this content of Paul that we have in there. Paul is everywhere. You see that? So you see how the delete button works, and it's also deleting up here inside the workbook. Okay, look at that. Okay, so guys, what I'm going to now do is to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it, and you all have a nice day now. Subscribe and like. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.